This video is going to be a follow-up to the 5G video that I just put out. This will also have some other topics that are all wrapped into this outbreak and the control that these different governments are using this virus for, what they're being allowed to do publicly. They're being able to do this because of all the panic and the fear that they have pushed for this virus. There's been multiple videos coming out of Iran, coming out of South Korea and Japan, and they all are doing pretty much the same thing. They're pushing how bad this is, and then they're talking about quarantines and talking about, building quarantine hospitals and the people fighting back against it. And this tweet says everything that I want to show you in this video and what I've been talking about this entire time. He says people aren't afraid of the virus as much as the fear the regime's dishonesty about the outbreak. Exactly, because they can use it however they want. They know that just as much as you and I know that. Just because there is this virus outbreak, they have been able to do anything. All they have to do is say that this is a public health emergency, and then they are completely in control to do anything they want with you. Watch this video right here. You tell me if this is someone that looks like he is infected or someone that showed any symptoms and that's why they're doing it? Or do you think maybe this is just them pushing their control and taking this person because he said the wrong thing or did the wrong thing? Look at how many camera people are sitting around it. The one camera guy actually has a walkie-talkie. It's like they have been told, come here, you're allowed to videotape this exact part. They showed no fear of being in direct link with that virus right there. Like, they are not worried that it could spread to them. They're not worried about their masks. They're not worried about anything. They're grabbing onto him, touching him, doing whatever they want. Is that how they would handle it if they thought this guy really was, infected with this virus that they're so worried about? No, it just looks like they're rounding these people up.
老百姓好，老百姓你傻逼，你傻逼，老子死了就在湖北哈。
他反正这里的了。
哎，
这个说，
湖北人真好。哎，
看不看听他？来，我说来，这好，
他往河外偏。
哎，马达的形象。哎，
我在那往后面。过来。
好死了，我告诉你，我家以前不知道的。
小一天的这个，太夸了。
他也不戴口罩，在那闹。
And then watching them spray all these chemicals everywhere. Do you really think that that is a disinfectant, or do you think that just maybe if all these people are dying over there, maybe this is how they're doing it? They say it's a disinfectant. How do you know? Look how they are spraying this everywhere. It literally gives me the creeps just looking at this video.
现在全部都走这个东东，走这个一溜沟了。一直有大型消毒。
现在开始，1、2、3、4、5、6、7，一共有8个。
This lady just does not put on a mask. That's what it says in the subtitles, at least. And they just instantly take her into custody. So it literally is just, to me, it looks like this is just a power takeover where they're just taking over the citizens.
Well, Dana, all 26 people are being quarantined voluntarily, most in their own homes. They have not shown any symptoms of the coronavirus, but they could have been exposed to the illness during their travels. Now, officials did not say exactly where all of these people traveled to or if they were together. Westchester County health officials are following CDC protocol. Doctors are video conferencing with the patients by using their cell phones. Now, if anyone becomes sick or needs to go to the hospital, emergency crews will take special precautions.
This is a time for sober realities, where speculation, where projections of things that aren't backed up necessarily by fact, where going on the internet and I heard this and I saw this is not only unhelpful, but it can be negative. If this situation advances, we will speak clearly as a county government in every single communication that we have. We're not going to hide anything. But by the same token, we're not going to turn this into a circus.
So again, it's important to note that the quarantine is precautionary. But like any virus, hand washing and covering your cough with your elbow are all ways to keep it from spreading. Now, doctors also advise that people get their flu shot. Doctors also advise that people get their flu shot.
Doing whatever they want, and nothing's going to stop this because they are pushing it even more into all over in other countries, the United States and over in Europe, everywhere. They're pushing it. The news articles are coming out saying that our hospitals are setting up to be ready for this outbreak that's about to happen. You guys, they're pushing this, so we don't need to worry about that virus anymore. Worry about what these governments are doing to the people because of this virus outbreak. And with 5G and the technology that you see them using here to feed people, to disinfect, to do all these other things that they're showing, that may not be too alarming to people, even though you have to realize that every one of these robots is taking away jobs from other people. And I don't just mean right now with this outbreak, I mean worldwide. We know so many jobs are being lost because of this technology. And you might not be alarmed with them serving food, and doing these type of things they're showing here. But what happens when they unleash what we know they already have? What happens when they release things that look like this? Now that was CGI, but trust me, they have that exact stuff already made because they've already put out and shown us these videos that are true from Boston Dynamics and other places that have done these type of robots and AI. So don't think that they aren't 20 years ahead of what they're showing you. They seem to have implemented a complete 5G takeover, and they're using this virus and all these other things all together to take the final step in setting out 5G in the total control system.
We've heard about this. The same-day bot is a new device from FedEx that is already roaming the streets of New York. But if you get in trouble or if family arguments get a little too rowdy at the Thanksgiving table, there's a robot you do not want to see. Check out this video from a TechCrunch conference. Here's a Boston Dynamics robot tested with the Massachusetts State Police. Now, the company's CEO says the robot can open doors and it will be controlled by an officer in a safe location. The idea is it can be used for dangerous situations, such as a hostage negotiation. But I have to wonder, does it stop there? Well, to talk more and to return to legal and media analyst Lionel. Lionel, I watched this video, and sure, it looks really cool and really much advanced in tech, but I just have to think of movies like Terminator and Doomsday and all of these horrible things where robots literally take over our lives. So as a citizen, I just have to wonder, what are your rights if a law enforcement robot and not a human cop knocks on your door just like the video we just saw?
Well, first, if I could, can we back up just a second and stop saying robot?
Okay.
I know we're saying, but no, I mean, not, that's what we call it. Robots don't bother me. Robots are great. Robots are terrific. Robots are robots. Artificial intelligence, that's the story. And by the way, you notice how these things are made to look like dogs? You know they don't have to. These can be battering rams. These could actually be far better equipped to do a better job if they had multiple arms. But the reason why they're doing this is to habituate you and condition you through this wonderful world called the uncanny valley to let you know that this is just a little dog, Scotty. This is cool. This isn't anything to be afraid of. Sophia, you know, the robot is going to look nice with a face and a smile and batting eyes. This is deliberate. So to your original question, this is merely an extension of the police. So if the police can't do something in person, they can't do something through the extension of a robot or whatever. But Scotty, here's what I'm afraid of. What happens when we then allow these to be programmed via artificial intelligence or artificial general intelligence, so that these are not sent in to get the bad guy? But Scotty, what if they're allowed to patrol, to pull people on their own, to learn the behaviors of certain people? Could they be profiling? Would certain ethnicities be more prone to being stopped? Or if you realize we've made a mistake, Scotty, can you bring them back? Artificial intelligence is basically programs itself. Robots are programmed by people, but AI is programmed by AI. It may not be able to be drawn back. The first thing they're going to do is replicate themselves. See, this is what nobody wants to talk about. People like Ben Goertzel and Ray Kurzweil, who make it sound so cool and neat, never talk about this runaway train called AI.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, you think this looks very sci-fi. I know there's movies and books that have been written that exactly as you describe happening, and you go, that could never happen. But we look at the advances of technology, and it might not happen today, might not happen tomorrow, but for the next generation or 2 or 3 generations down the road, it could be truly believable. And the creators of the Spot robot want to make sure they won't be used to harm or intimidate people. However, the police are already starting to use them in dangerous situations. So how can we guarantee they physically will not attack someone either now or in the future?
Oh, I love when they say that our intention is that this never gets out of control. Remember one thing, another one of Lionel's laws, Scotty, if you're reading about it now, it's 5 years old. This is already old. They've already got this. This is already done. And by the way, Boston Dynamics, who owns that? Who bought that? Google Plus, Google, DARPA. I mean, this idea, keep in mind who these players are and who these people are. But you ask a very good question, which is what I'm saying. Can we stop these? Can you basically take your, delete that app or say, all right, that's enough, cute little dog. Now you're going in and you're doing things on its own. What if this little cute dog right now, or whatever you think this thing is, on its own, Scotty, feels that that police or resources have not been used aggressively enough? Now, let me just say that. What if this artificial intelligence, on its own, this FIDO Spot, whatever you want to call it, decides that they have to up the notch, not necessarily programmed to understand or appreciate the Constitution, Terry against Ohio, Fourth Amendment, things like that? How do we call them back? And what do we do after they've already replicated themselves through other means? That's the issue.
Well, and when they do something wrong, or if there is a malfunction, how do we hold them accountable? What, just take away their batteries?
Precisely.
That's
and
what
who's liable? Precisely.
Exactly, and who's the one that actually pulls them out? Thank you so much, Lionel, for giving us a little bit of peek into the future and our legal rights. Thank you.
We all need to continue to look into this because they are blowing this up. And the more that they continue to stick with this, shows me that they're willing to push this very, very far. So, protect your loved ones. Pay attention to what is going on. Remember, don't fear this though. That's how they get us. That's how they get you, is when you fear and you panic and your blood pressure goes up and your heart rate is elevated. All of that ties into what they're doing and how they're controlling you. Just remember, if you have Jesus, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. I hope each and every one of you have a great night. I will talk to you soon. Thank you for all the support. God bless.